The Tale of the Silent Buddha and the Generous Entrepreneur. In the ancient city of Benares, located in northern India, lived a wealthy man who became even wealthier after his father's passing. Rather than hoard his fortune, he pondered, why not share this wealth so others can benefit? He constructed dining halls at the city's 4 cardinal points north, east, south, and west, offering food to anyone who came, free of charge. His fame as a benefactor spread far and wide. In those days, a silent Buddha was meditating in the nearby forest. Known as Buddha for his enlightenment, he experienced no separation between himself and the living essence of all beings, allowing him to embody life in its purest form. His compassion for all beings suffering was profound, yet he remained silent, knowing few could understand the true nature of existence at that time. During his deep meditations, the silent Buddha once stayed motionless for a week without food or drink, risking starvation. Upon returning to his routine, he approached the mansion of the generous man of Benares for alms. As the rich man was about to dine, he noticed the holy man and immediately rose, instructing his servants to provide food. Meanwhile, Mara, the god of death and a figure of greed and power, was watching. Knowing the Buddha lived fully in each present moment without fear of death, Mara sought to destroy him. As a servant approached the Buddha with food, Mara conjured a pit of red-hot coals between them, resembling the entrance to a hellish realm. Terrified, the servant returned empty-handed. After several attempts by other servants, all of whom were scared away by the fiery pit, the rich man realized that Mara was attempting to thwart his act of giving. Confronting the pit himself, he saw Mara hovering above and challenged his sinister intentions. In a decisive moment, the rich man stepped into the pit, driven by a fearless commitment to his cause. Miraculously, he was uplifted by a cool lotus blossom, which shielded him from the flames and turned him golden. As he fed the silent Buddha, Mara's power waned, and the god of death was defeated. Grateful, the silent Buddha blessed the man before departing to the Himalayan forests. The rich man, standing upon the lotus, imparted to his followers that true purity of mind and the act of giving are profound paths to enlightenment. In your life, the rich man taught, never fear doing good. Whether aiding the poor, the weak, or the elderly, these acts of kindness not only help others, but also pave your way to enlightenment. Be bold, be fearless in your goodness, for in this courage lies the true spirit of life. Lesson: the story teaches us the power of selfless generosity and the courage to uphold good deeds in the face of adversity. By embodying these virtues, we not only help others, but also foster our own spiritual growth and resilience against the forces that seek to deter us. Be fearless in your pursuit of good, for it is in these acts that we find our path to true enlightenment. Buddha's 4 Secrets of True Love. In the teachings of Buddha, there are 4 essential elements that constitute true love. These elements are not mystical or spiritual, but are practical virtues and behaviors that we must cultivate to build a strong and lasting relationship. They are straightforward to understand, but can transform a relationship into a joyful and fulfilling journey. 1. Kindness, Maitri. Maitri, which translates to kindness or benevolence, is more than just the desire to make someone happy. It is the ability to do so effectively. You might have the best intentions to love someone, but your approach could inadvertently cause them unhappiness. To harness the power of Maitri, you must deeply understand the person you love. This understanding comes from knowing their ambitions, desires, and struggles. Take the time to attentively listen and observe, engaging in meaningful conversations about their hopes and dreams. By doing so, you open the door to loving them in a meaningful and fulfilling way. 2. Compassion, karuna. The second element of true love is karuna, or compassion. This is the ability and the desire to ease the pain of others. Compassion is also rooted in understanding, specifically the understanding of your loved one's suffering. Only when you truly comprehend their struggles can you help alleviate their burdens. Practice meditation to deepen your understanding of your loved one's distress and communicate openly about their troubles. Ask how you can assist them directly. This openness and willingness to support each other will strengthen your bond. 3. Joy, mudita. Mudita, meaning joy or happiness, is the third element of true love, and perhaps the most crucial. Without joy, love cannot be true. If your relationship causes you distress or sadness, it is not true love, or the love has been lost. True love should be fulfilling, bringing joy and happiness to both partners. When love is joyful, it grows stronger. Spend time doing activities that bring joy to both of you, individually and together. Finding joy in yourselves and each other is essential for love in its truest form. 4. Freedom, upeksha. The final element is upeksha, or freedom. True love should grant both individuals the freedom to be themselves and grow in their own ways. Each person should feel free within the relationship, comfortable to share thoughts and ideas without fear of judgment. Spend time apart, pursuing personal interests and passions, and come back together to share these experiences. This sense of freedom within the relationship allows both partners to flourish. Buddha's teachings emphasize that true love should be positive and enlightening, bringing joy and freedom into our lives. By keeping these 4 elements in mind, we can strive to find and nurture true love in our lives. Lesson: true love is built on the pillars of kindness, compassion, joy, and freedom. By cultivating these virtues, we can create a strong, joyful, and fulfilling relationship that allows both partners to grow and thrive. The Tale of the 3 Laughing Monks. Once upon a time in ancient China, there were 3 elderly monks whose names remain unknown. This anonymity is because they chose never to share them. In China, they are fondly referred to as the 3 Laughing Monks. They always journeyed together and dedicated themselves entirely to laughter. Whenever they arrived in a new village or town, they positioned themselves in the heart of the main square and began to laugh. Their laughter was infectious. Residents, workers, and even passers-by gradually joined in until a small crowd of chuckles grew into a cacophony of mirth that enveloped the entire village or town. And with their mission accomplished, the monks would then proceed to the next destination. Their laughter served as their prayer and their sole method of teaching, as they never uttered a word to anyone. Throughout China, the monks were cherished and esteemed unlike any spiritual teachers before or since. They communicated a message that life should be embraced as a grand opportunity to laugh, as if they were in on a cosmic joke. So, they continued their travels, spreading joy and happiness far and wide until one fateful day in a village in the northern province. In this village, one of the monks passed away. The locals, accustomed to the monk's perpetual joy, were astonished and rushed from their fields and homes to observe how the surviving monks would react. Everyone expected tears or sorrow. However, the 2 remaining monks only laughed harder. A few villagers, bewildered by this reaction, approached and asked why they weren't mourning. For the first time, the monks responded, They explained that just the previous day, their companion had wagered he would be the first to pass away, and he had won, even preparing a will in anticipation. According to tradition, the deceased should be washed and clothed anew before cremation. Yet the departed monk had requested to be left in his old clothes, asserting through his will that he had never let the filth of the world tarnish him, thanks to his laughter. As his body was set upon the pyre in his worn garments, to the astonishment of all present, fireworks in 100 colors burst forth from his attire, dancing in the sky. The spectacle drew laughter from the crowd, joining in the joyful farewell orchestrated by the wise monks. And so, in life, perhaps our true purpose here on earth is to experience joy and laughter ceaselessly. The next time you encounter a problem, simply look in the mirror and laugh it away. Remember, it is your joy that truly enlivens you. Lesson: embrace joy and laughter as essential parts of life. Even in moments of sorrow or difficulty, finding reasons to laugh can elevate our spirits and transform our perspective on life's challenges. Thank you for tuning in, and stay blessed. The day Buddha healed a lazy man. One fine day, as Buddha was sharing his teachings to enlighten the world near the town of Savatthi, a very wealthy man approached him. Despite his riches, the man was plagued with numerous ailments. With hands clasped, he addressed Buddha. "O revered Buddha, forgive my lack of proper greeting. My ailments, including severe obesity and constant drowsiness, caused me immense pain with every movement." Observing the luxurious life that surrounded the man, Buddha inquired, "Do you wish to understand what causes your suffering?" Eager for relief, the wealthy man expressed his desire to learn. Buddha explained, 5 factors contribute to your condition: lavish meals, excessive sleep, pursuit of pleasure, carelessness, and idleness. Moderate your eating. Engage in meaningful activities that challenge you and benefit others. Taking Buddha's advice to heart, the man transformed his life. Over time, he regained his vitality and youth. He returned to Buddha, this time leaving his extravagant lifestyle behind, and declared, "Master, you healed my body. Now I seek enlightenment for my mind." Buddha imparted further wisdom. The foolish nourish their bodies, but the wise nourish their minds. Indulgence in appetites leads to ruin, but those who follow the path attain both salvation and longevity. Lesson: this tale teaches us the importance of balance in life. Overindulgence, whether in food, sleep, or pleasure, can lead to physical and mental ailments. By contributing positively to society and seeking personal growth, one not only improves their own life, but also extends it. It's crucial to nourish both the body and the mind, maintaining a balance that supports overall well-being. Always aim to be useful, set goals, and pursue knowledge to truly understand the universe. Remember, a meaningful life is a balanced one. Thanks for tuning in to S Story. Stay inspired and blessed. Hello, this is S Story, bringing you stories that illuminate the path to personal growth. Today, I'm sharing a tale about the art of letting go. How to let go. Once upon a time, 2 Buddhist monks, one senior and the other junior, were traveling together. During their journey, they came to a turbulent river. On the bank, they encountered a young woman who was visibly upset, unsure how to cross without being swept away. The junior monk, adhering strictly to his vows, passed by without a word and crossed the river. The senior monk, however, compassionately lifted the woman and carried her across, setting her down safely on the other side before continuing on his way. As they walked, the senior monk noticed a look of concern on the face of his younger companion. Upon inquiry, the junior monk expressed his disbelief. "How could you carry her like that? We are not supposed to touch women, it's against our precepts." The senior monk replied calmly, "I left the woman back at the river's edge. Why are you still carrying her?" Though the senior monk had technically broken a rule, he did so for a noble cause and moved on without dwelling on the past. Meanwhile, the junior monk, who had not touched the woman, continued to burden himself with the incident, letting it weigh on his mind and spirit. Lesson: in life, clinging to past experiences, especially those that disturb us, only prolongs our suffering. This story teaches us that holding on to emotional baggage, regret, resentment, or guilt can prevent us from moving forward. Learn from the past, but don't let it hinder your journey towards a brighter, lighter future. Let go of what's behind you, focus on the present, and embrace what lies ahead with an open heart and mind.
An inspiring tale for your life. The time when Buddha was lost. Once upon a time in a faraway land, Buddha decided to journey alone into a dense forest. Despite his profound wisdom and calm demeanor, even he faced moments of uncertainty. As he wandered deeper, the familiar paths faded into wild undergrowth, and soon Buddha found himself completely lost. As the sun set, casting long shadows through the towering trees, a subtle anxiety stirred within him. Yet he sat down beneath a large ancient tree and closed his eyes. In the stillness, Buddha connected with his inner tranquility, letting the peace within him overshadow the chaos outside. Hours passed and the moon rose, bathing the forest in a ghostly glow. At that moment, a group of travelers happened upon Buddha. They were surprised to find such a serene figure in the depths of the wilderness. Inspired by his calmness, they asked for guidance out of the forest, which Buddha graciously provided, having realized through his meditation the way back. Together they walked back to the village, guided by the light of the moon and the calmness that Buddha's presence brought to their hearts. Lesson from the story. This tale reminds us that everyone, even the most enlightened among us, can face moments of uncertainty and lose their way. The key is to find calm within the chaos. By centering ourselves and connecting with our inner peace, we can illuminate the darkest paths and guide not only ourselves, but also those around us towards the light. Remember, sometimes being lost is just a part of the journey to finding your way.
A brief tale of Buddha to soothe your soul. One day, Buddha was journeying from one town to another, accompanied by a few of his disciples during the early days of his teachings. As they traveled, they passed by a lake and decided to stop for a rest. Buddha turned to one of his disciples and said, "I am thirsty. Could you fetch me some water from that lake over there?" The disciple walked up to the lake, but as he arrived, he noticed some people washing clothes in the water. Just then, a bullock cart began to cross at the lake's edge, stirring the water into a muddy turmoil. Concerned about the quality of the water, the disciple thought, "How can I offer such muddy water to Buddha to drink?" So, he returned and reported to Buddha, "The water is very muddy. I don't think it's fit to drink." Buddha suggested, "Let's rest here by the tree for a while." After about half an hour, he asked the disciple to return to the lake and fetch some water. This time, when the disciple arrived at the lake, he found the water crystal clear as the mud had settled. He filled a pot with water and brought it back to Buddha. Buddha looked at the water, then at his disciple and remarked, "See, you let the water be, and the mud settled down on its own. You obtained clear water without any effort." He continued, "In life, your mind is similar. When it's troubled, just let it be. Give it a little time, and it will settle down on its own. You don't need to put in extra effort to calm it. We can make the best decisions of our lives when we remain calm." This tale serves as a reminder to embrace patience and find peace within ourselves, allowing clarity to emerge naturally. Lesson: patience is a powerful tool. Just as muddy water clears over time when left undisturbed, so too can a troubled mind find peace and clarity when given space to settle. Embracing this patience allows us to make wiser decisions and navigate life with a calmer, more focused approach. Buddha's final lesson: be your own light. As Buddha spent time at Ambapali's grove, he eventually moved to Bula near Vasali. There he gathered his followers and instructed them to settle nearby for the rainy season. He declared his own stay in Bula for the season. During this time, Buddha fell severely ill, enduring excruciating pain that nearly led to his death. However, through sheer will and mindfulness, he overcame his suffering, choosing not to die without imparting final wisdom to his disciples. Once he recovered, Buddha ventured outside to a seat laid out in the open. His disciple Ananda, along with others, approached and expressed deep concern over his health. Responding to their worries, Buddha emphasized the importance of self-reliance. He explained that he had shared all his teachings openly, without withholding any knowledge, suggesting that no one should depend solely on him or any leader, but find guidance within themselves. Buddha, now aged and nearing the end of his earthly journey, taught that just as a worn-out cart struggles to move, his body could only function with considerable effort. He found peace only in deep, meditative focus, detached from the physical world. To his followers, he imparted a vital lesson: be lamps unto yourselves. Rely upon yourselves alone, holding fast to the truth as your lamp. Seek enlightenment through personal understanding and perseverance, without seeking external aid. Buddha urged his disciples to cultivate inner strength and wisdom, to face life's challenges with personal conviction and mindfulness, thus overcoming the desires and attachments that lead to suffering. Those who embrace these principles, he promised, would attain the highest spiritual realizations. Lesson from the story: Buddha's last message serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of self-reliance and internal reflection in the quest for enlightenment. By encouraging us to be our own light, Buddha teaches that true wisdom and peace come from within, not from external sources or figures. This principle not only guides us towards spiritual awakening, but also empowers us to navigate life's challenges with strength and clarity. In essence, each individual holds the key to their own salvation and enlightenment. Mastering happiness: the watermelon lesson. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a wise old monk known far and wide for his wisdom and sense of humor. One day, a young and eager student named Sam approached the monk and said, "Master, I want to learn the secret to happiness and success. Please teach me." The master, with a twinkle in his eye, replied, "Very well, young one. But first, you must complete a simple task. Go to the market and buy the biggest, juiciest watermelon you can find. Then, carry it on your head and walk through the village without dropping it." Sam was puzzled but determined. He went to the market, found a massive watermelon, and balanced it on his head. As he walked through the village, With utmost concentration, people couldn't help but laugh and cheer him on. Some even joined in, clapping and making funny faces. Finally, after a bumpy journey, Sam reached the master's hut. The watermelon was intact, and Sam was relieved. He looked at the master, expecting praise for his accomplishment, but the master burst into laughter, wiping tears of mirth from his eyes. "Well then, young one," the master exclaimed. "You see, the secret to happiness and success is simple. Just like carrying that watermelon, life can be full of challenges and unexpected twists. But if you face them with a light heart and a sense of humor, you will find joy, even in the toughest moments." Sam couldn't help but laugh too, realizing the wisdom in the master's words. From that day on, he approached life with a smile, facing challenges with the same determination he used to carry that watermelon. Whenever he felt overwhelmed, he would remember the funny watermelon lesson and find the strength to keep going. In life, embrace challenges with a sense of humor, and you will find that life's journey becomes a joyful adventure filled with laughter and success. Be determined, but don't take yourself too seriously. Whenever you feel down or defeated, remember something funny that once happened to you. This will give you the motivation to keep going. Lesson: life is full of challenges and unexpected twists. By facing these challenges with a light heart and a sense of humor, we can find joy even in the toughest moments. Embracing a positive attitude and not taking ourselves too seriously can turn life into a joyful adventure filled with laughter and success. Remember to smile and laugh, especially when times are tough, as it can give you the strength to keep going. Buddhism and Jesus. A beautiful spiritual story. One day, a university student visited a wise master named Gazan and asked, "Have you ever read the Christian Bible?" "No, I haven't," replied Gazan. "Read it to me." The student opened the Bible and began reading from the Gospel of Matthew. "And why do you worry about clothes? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." Gazan said, "Whoever spoke those words is indeed enlightened." The student continued reading, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks it will be opened." Gazan remarked, "That is excellent. Whoever said that is close to Buddhahood. In life, if you ask, you will receive. If you seek, you will find. If you are truly honest with yourself, you will always receive the right answer, and what you are looking for, you will find. Man is what he thinks about." No matter what religion you follow, there's something pure and honest about a sincere heart. Don't wear your religion on your sleeve or in your appearance. Wear it in your heart. This has been a story by 10 Wisdom Stories. Thanks for listening and stay blessed. Lesson: no matter what religious path you follow, sincerity and honesty with oneself lead to true enlightenment and fulfillment. It's not about outward appearances, but about the purity of your heart and the authenticity of your actions. True spirituality transcends specific doctrines, uniting us in the pursuit of truth and inner peace.